their under-20s team last year. A Mangere East junior back, Ola Blake's back as well. He spent some time in Australia, as well as in the Waikato competition with College Old Boys, who won the Pat Bennett Nines last weekend. So a big shout out if we have got any College Old Boys fans listening in. Congratulations on your win last weekend, guys. As we prepare to get underway here, Mangere East in the blue and the Franklin Storm in the white. And away we go into it in the latest game at the Sportsafe ARL Nines, and Franklin survived the short kickoff and take it up over halfway. Nice carry in the middle of the park there from Donny Tuvailopa. Some big units in this Franklin Storm team. McPherson there with the carry. 20 metres out from the line now. Franklin on the attack early in this one, their first ever competitive game. Who is it going to be that's going to score their first ever competitive try? You're going to witness history in the making here. Franklin now come out towards this right edge, back towards the middle of the park here. There it is. The big fella's going to bump over. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is history in the making. Donny Tuvailopa with the first competitive try for the Franklin Storm. And it's a spectacular one. Gets the ball, runs over the top of the fullback, and goes in under the stick. So the Franklin Storm take the lead in the first minute. Conversion to be attempted now from in front by Jason Toh. You can see here the big fella, the poor old fullback, he stood no chance. Bang, up over the top. He ends up eating a bit of the Sportsafe bolster. And that is the opening try. The conversion has gone wide from in front, and so the score will remain. Franklin Storm 4, Mangere East 0. Fantastic start to the game for the South Auckland club. As the ball comes back onto the field, Troy Franklin will be pretty happy with that start. A good set there.
Absolutely. There'll be a lot of people in the Franklin area, certainly out in Waiuku, Tuakau and Pukekohe, loving that. Welcome back to the Sportsafe ARL Nines, a short kick. And the Mangere East Hawks swoop on that ball. See what I did there, Corey? They swooped on that ball, and they're now getting ready to complete their sets.
Connor Brown up to it on the short kickoff there, as Troy applauds himself for his pun. Up over halfway we go now. Boy, they got some big bodies across the park. Mangere East. Kalani Ili carrying it forward now. A little dart out of dummy half from Brown. "30 metres out from the line, Howie Brown. Howie Brown chips in over the top into a little bit of space. The chase is on. What have we got here? It's going to be interesting. We're going to wait for confirmation from our referee, who wants to have a little chat here. So we may try and catch the replay of that one just to see what happened there. We head back in. Our replay brought to us courtesy of our official live stream partner at Ctas. You see Howie Brown here disappears down the short. Puts a little kick in over the top, and it was chased really well by Morgan Salisi. But in the end, it beats everyone, and it is going to be Franklin Storm ball via the penalty. They'll start this set now, 30 metres off their own line. Troy, the sun really starting to come out now, feeling a little bit of heat. You mentioned the ground was hard. These are potentially tough conditions to start the season in.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. And the number 2 field this year has come up very well for the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. That's looking like a piece of carpet over there. But the number 1 field here has definitely got some hardness to it, and the boys will be taking some bumps and bangs today. They'll be needing to ice up when they get home, mate.
So the Franklin Storm now with their second use of the ball in this game. Look out for the big units to get involved early. Here's one of them as we speak. Nice carry forward there by McPherson. Gets to his play of the ball now. They spin the ball out to the right. A little bit of footwork there on the edge. Mangere East scramble across nicely. Involved in the tackle is Fa'asavala for Mangere East. Moving them side to side here are the Franklin Storm. They obviously think they can outrun them. Another good carry there from McPherson. Boy's been impressive early on. Has the big fella. Up over halfway go the Storm. A little juggle. He's through into a gap here. He's through. They might not stop him. Puts the goose step on. That is beautiful. This is Nines Rugby League. What a try, Franklin Storm.
And that is going to get massive replay hits on the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel, where all the replays for these games will be hosted by midday tomorrow.
And William Pompey it is with the try. We were given the heads up about this kid earlier. I believe he's related to the boys who have played some really good footy for Wesley College over the last few years, Adam and Tuhui. And William there puts a little step on. Beautiful work there and a lovely try. So the attempted conversion from Ruben Tolovai, which is well wide, and that's one of those ones we don't talk about.
What a fantastic try. He'll remember that one for some time as the Franklin Storm are getting settled into their first competitive game for 2018 as they get ready to compete in the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup.
It shapes as being an interesting competition. This year does the Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup. Of course, the Ponsonby Ponies back after falling just short last year. Also got the Bay Roskill Vikings, who were defeated grand finalists. And some new teams back as well in the Mount Wellington Warriors and Franklin Storm. So it's going to be great to see as Howie Brown claims the kickoff. And straight back on the attack now. Just about pokes his head through there. Mangere East now on the attack. 45 metres off their own line. They work it up towards halfway. Short ball at the line.
Ball's loose.
It's R4 with the carry, the tap and the go. Here we go. Franklin, are they set? He's not on the mark anyway. It doesn't matter. Brown with the tap. We're having some trouble finding the spot on the field. GPS is a little out of whack. Back into it we go, and it's R4 with the carry. Brown.
A lot of energy on the Storm side. They have plenty of chat. They're going to have to need it for the work on the D.
Ely there carrying the ball forward now. The playmakers getting involved. Back to the middle of the park they come.
He's got a bit of speed, this boy.
Ball in behind. It's spilt loose, and I think we've got a try here. Morgan Salisi, I think, has gone over here. We wait for confirmation from the referee. And it is indeed a try. So Morgan Salisi goes over there. Nice work from the Mangere East Hawks. They moved Franklin around a little bit there and found the gap eventually. So the Hawks hit back. 8 points to 4. Kick to come. 2 minutes to go. And the latest game of the 2018 Sportsafe ARL Nines.
Big shout out to the Auckland Rugby League Board, backing the live streaming effort for all of the SAS Fox clubs and Crown Lift Sharman Cup teams, and we'll be having a number of curtain raises this year as we go out and around all the local clubs and bringing you the 2018 SAS Fox live week in and week out.
So the kick is wide, which leaves the score at an even 4. Franklin 8, Mangere East 4, and the Hawks to get us back underway. Ball onto the field now. Mangere East, you would think they'll go short again. They've been pretty aggressive in these contested kickoffs, and it is short out towards the corner of the field. It's a great kick. Gone up for, I'm not sure it's gone the 10. It hasn't. It's a penalty. So the Franklin Storm now likely to have the last say of the first half. Up to halfway they go. And it's a tap right on halfway.
This part-time ball boy works doing my head in the gory.
Tim McMeekin takes it forward. 30 metres off the line. Franklin on the attack again. A little bit of footwork there. But Mangere East up to task. Left edge they visit. Good one-on-one tackle there from the Hawks. Jody Henry is onto the field. There he is. The coach. They come out towards the right. Crucially hit down there, and it was a timely interception there by Limone, and that will do us for the first half. Franklin Storm 8, Mangere East 4. It looks like we might end on a penalty. Neither team looking too worried, and I think we are going to go into the halftime huddle. So it is the Franklin Storm who lead the Mangere East Hawks 8 points to 4 in the latest round of the Sportsafe ARL Nines. We're back in a few minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm booked. Oh, you got nothing? Oh, sorry, we can talk to each other. All good, bro. Hey. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on a fabulous day down here at the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. It is absolutely blazing. There's not a cloud in the sky. I nearly said not a sky in the cloud. And a fabulous day. If you've got nothing on this weekend, come down and join us. It's free entry here for the Sportsafe ARL Nines as we get ready now for the Franklin Storm to kick off with the Mangere East Hawks, sponsored by Burger King, ready to receive. Just waiting on the referee now, talking to the match manager on time. And once again, massive shout out to the Sportsafe guys. Thanks very much for your support and being the official sponsor for the Nines competition, and a speedy recovery there to Mark Miller, the GM, who's a bit crook at the moment after being away on his fabulous trip.
So back we go. Howie Brown traps it on the foot. And Mangere East straight back
Great
into it.
break.
And there's a break here. I think it's our 4 who's gone through up over halfway. Well recovered in the end by the Franklin Storm. They're well short out here on the right, which I think is where Mangere want to go. Instead, they're going to go left. And they get their numbers there, do the Franklin Storm. So nicely recovered there by the team from the deep south. Lau Hengoa
Restart.
with the little half break out on the side there. Looks like we're going to go back here. So we had a few false starts today. The boys perhaps just pushing their luck a little bit with the referees. But back to it we go, and normal service resumes. Mangere East take it forward via Purcell. Brown. Brown
great hit.
and a big tackle there. 15 metres out from the line. Now it's Howie Brown. Goes back door here. The Hawks have got numbers. A little shovel pass over the top. Morgan Salisi's gone very close, but out. So enterprising play from the Mangere East Hawks there, but good scramble defence from the Franklin Storm. Denies the try in the corner. Lovely touches there from Connor Brown and Howie Brown.
Boys getting ready now to grind it back outside their 10.
So Franklin now working it out. Good
Big
physical defence there from Mangere East. And it was led by Andrew Glover.
Yeah, not the biggest guy on the field, but he certainly made his presence felt there.
So Franklin now looping ball over the top. It's Jody Henry with the pass, I believe. Little step back inside here. Darren Kingy taken down just short of halfway. Salisi involved in the tackle. Out from W half now. Henry on the ball. Henry misses one, finds two. Pompey, footwork, look out, he's electric. Ball goes out the back and it breaks down for the Franklin Storm there. But Troy, I think Franklin will be really happy with the way they've started this game. They've looked confident, and most importantly, their middle forwards really making a statement.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I think there'll be a couple of boys there that'll be a little bit surprised themselves. They had a good outing against Otahu last week, and they held their own. And they're proving to, be quite competitive here today up against the Mangere East Hawks.
So back into it we go. Purcell carries forward. A 4. Ball is loose. That's a knock on there from Mangere East. And Franklin will have the play of the ball. Jody Henry to play it. So let's see what the Storm have got here. They sit on a 4-point lead as it stands. Just an apology on the clock. We have not restarted for the second half. As Franklin now March up over halfway. Good yardage on offering here for the Storm. Tolovai into dummy half, gets hands on the ball again. Ruben Tolovai. 25 metres out from the line now. Jody Henry directing traffic. It's a slow play. The ball is an injury here. He's going to get to his feet and play it. I dare say he won't be remaining in the game for too long. Tolovai, little dribbled kick in behind there. Nicely picked up by Morgan Salisi. Look out, this kid has got some pace. They're going to spread it here, the Mangere East Hawks.
Gone.
This is good rugby league. He's into the clear.
Clean
And
set
this
of
is
heels.
going to be a beautiful try. We think.
He's just strolling in now. Give the big boys a wee bit of a breather. Everyone can take a deep breath now. Suck it in. She's hot and warm out there. And bang, there it is.
And there it is under the post, and it is Edwin Molisila who scores it. And he went that slow by the end of it. I wondered if there'd been a knock-on in the build-up, but just taking his time there, and as you mentioned, Troy having the break. But it's going to equal scores with a kick to come from in front. It's going to be Glover who attempts the conversion, potentially for the lead here. Mangere East first lead of the match. 3 minutes into the second half here at Stanmore Bay. Glover off the boot. It's good, and Mangere East lead 10 points to 8 over the Franklin Storm.
And just in that passage of play, I heard on the far field over there, Glenora had gone in against Papakura Sea Eagles. And we'll try and keep you updated throughout the games as we film on the #1 field here and back to our match.
So a lovely try there for the Mangere East Hawks. It was a quick spread, deep in attacking in defensive territory, I should say. And they got the result there with the length of the field effort. So the Hawks to get us back underway. And it's a deep one down to the corner, fielded by the Storm. Back into it they go. Here come the big boys for Franklin. They'll be lining up for a go here. They know it's a crucial point in the match. A little shuffle out towards this right edge now. Good yardage again, Franklin. Up over the 40 now.
Okay, roll away.
So just short of halfway, Franklin. Little dart out of dummy half. They played down towards the short side. Got the numbers there. Mangere East scramble nicely to deny it. They're getting their numbers, and they've got to be a little bit careful they don't go over the sideline here, Franklin. Just stay in the field. Back towards the middle of the park it comes. Look out for the little fellas hanging around the back door here. Franklin, they take it to the line. A little fend, nicely taken down in the end by Lahingor.
One of the players down on the ground there.
Down the left they go. Footwork here. Lovely bit of footwork from the big fella. And it is the number 25, Sonny Walker, puts on the footwork out wide, scores the try. And that puts the Franklin Storm back in front. Nice work there by the Premiership newcomers. We've got a player down in a back place. We're going to have to deal with that in the meantime, because it looks like one of the Mangere East boys is a little worse for wear. Hasn't moved around too much. Looks like it may be a lower leg injury.
Big Sonny who scored there just on the edge, the big winger. He'll be rehydrating now and probably downing 2 litres of water.
And the kick is short, which means the score will remain 12-10. Franklin holding that narrow lead as we enter the final few minutes of this match. The sun well and truly out now. If you are wondering about the Franklin Storm uniforms, they do have Hokianga on the back. It's a borrowed uniform as they wait for their brand new strip. Back underway we go here. We've still got the Mangere East player on the field, so play's not going to be able to go on. As it stands, there's definitely some concern for the player on the ground there in the background, so we wait to see what our referee is going to do here. Of course, play usually will stop if it's going to be anywhere near the player. He's back up on his feet, and the player is Louis Lauhingor. And it may actually be a shoulder complaint here. In the meantime, he's being walked off the back of the field, and we're back to it. And there is an error from Mangere East, and the Franklin boys love it. Plenty of talk going on. And they know they have their first competitive victory in sight here. Walker to play the ball. Henry hands it off. Expect this one to be a middle-dominated set. Get down that end and then see what trouble you can cause. Henry dummies out a dummy half. Walker taken by Salisi. Jody Henry now slotted into that dummy half roll. Heads down the short side where there is some space. Tuavai Lopa. McPherson. Henry with the step. Henry looking for options. Back to McPherson. Look out, the big fella might go all the way here. McPherson, I think he has.
Waiting for the referee's call.
We wait for confirmation here. He's going to have to have a little chat, and I think he's saying held up.
Back,
so
yeah.
Just short there. McPherson. Siren goes in the background, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Franklin Storm have won their first game, 12 points to 10 over the Burger King Mangere East Hawks here at the 2018 Sportsafe ARL Nines. Their first competitive game, their first competitive win, and a very good first outing for Jody Henry's team. We'll be back in a few minutes with our next live stream game. Remember, we are streaming continuously throughout the day, 19 games in total. We'll see you again in a few minutes.